So I've always been a really big fan of taking knowledge from all the other arts. I think sometimes jiu-jitsu guys or jiu-jitsu people in general can just kind of get a little bit of a tunnel vision where we only focus on Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I look at myself as a martial artist, and I think that there's certain elements that you can take from all the different arts. So I don't just study Brazilian jiu-jitsu, I study judo, I watch sambo, I even like watching sumo. Any kind of other grappling art I want to learn from. And I've been talking about it for a long time, is the importance of adding wrestling into jiu-jitsu. I think that wrestling is definitely a very important aspect that needs to be adopted a lot more into grappling. Jiu-jitsu has a lot of different evolutions that it's hit. There was the leg lock evolution where jiu-jitsu finally embraced leg locks. I think now we've hit into where jiu-jitsu is embracing wrestling. And then to me, there's nobody better. It doesn't get any better than Jacarra, And to me too is, she had a special spot in my heart as far as not just being a world champ, not just being an Olympian, but being from Oakland, being from the Bay, you know what I mean? I think that it's a really cool thing where you can show some of the kids and the people that train at this academy that come from Oakland, seeing that someone stood in their very shoes can achieve that level of greatness, right? She's on the U.S. Olympic team. You know what I mean? Like, that's really special. But as excited as I was to be able to learn from Jacarra, I think that all my expectations were blown away. Seeing really the level of her understanding of some of the most simplest things was really important. And it really just emphasized the importance of not just learning the basics, but mastering the basics, right? And that was something that really struck me because it reminded me of what, I had a conversation one time with Floyd Mayweather, and it was before I fought in EBI. And I remember when I talked to Floyd, I was talking a lot about mindset, being a champion and, getting to great levels of success. And of course his references were boxing references that I had to then take and kind of put my own jiu-jitsu interpretation that would apply to me. But one of the things that he said is he said, if you're gonna chase a highlight reel, you're gonna end up on one, right? And he told me that he said, you gotta keep it tight and you gotta fine tune the basics. And that resonated me too, because Jacarra and Floyd Mayweather are two of the top of their sports. And they both really emphasized the sharpness of those, every move, just making sure it's razor sharp. And so when Floyd taught me that was an interesting part of my career because I was looking for flashy shit. You know what I mean? I was all about these crazy Imanari rolls and these flashy techniques, and I loved seeing people be like, whoa, like that worked, that hit. And after that, it reminded me to fine tune the fundamentals. You can be flashy, but remember the risk that if you chase a highlight reel, you're going to end up on one. So, thank you for coming, Jacarra.
All right, like you said, my name is Jacarra Winchester. I am on Team USA's world team. I have represented America for the last 5 world championships. I am a 4-time U.S. Open champion, a college national champion, California state champion, world champion, and a 2020 or 2021 Olympian. I'm striving to make my 2nd Olympic team next year, but for right now, I'm training for world championships. I just came back from Budapest, Hungary, where I won a gold medal at one of the ranking series. So I'm still in the wrestling and still looking to get better. So what I'm gonna do today is show all of you guys what type of moves and kind of like positioning stuff that I've done to get my success. And you may never ever use it, or you may use it. Just be receptive to finding out stuff. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you guys don't know how to do anything. I always say there's not a stupid question, and no takedown is wrong if you get 2 points for it, right? We're just gonna, you guys are clearly already good, right? You guys already have body awareness. We're just gonna try to fix the little things. So if you guys have any questions at all, don't be afraid to raise your hand. I'm gonna be walking around when I show you guys stuff. If you guys wanna see it again, don't be afraid to asked me to see it again, okay? I'm super friendly, even though I look intimidating. But yeah, all right, so we can get warming up. Did you say already warm up or whatever?
I'll let you whatever warm up.
All right, perfect. So we'll start jogging around. All right, ready, go. My name is Jacarra Winchester. I am a Team USA athlete, a world champion and Olympian from Oakland, California.
National level, there are 10 weight classes in Greco-Roman, men's freestyle, women's freestyle, but only 6 offered in each following year, 3-time junior world team member. But at the highest level, Jacarra Winchester, dominant force, really massive rally against Winchester.
Winchester to her back, pulled her down, whipped her over. Should be the match, yes.
4 for Winchester and a ticket to Tokyo. That ends it, 12-2 via technical superiority. Jacarra Winchester, the San Lorenzo, California native, headed off to Japan. Got bloodied in that final exchange, but she'll take it, cut and all, because she's headed to the Olympic Games.
Yeah, so representing Team USA and being able to just like have America on you is like, it's makes me speechless, because it's like the greatest feeling. There is no better feeling than being able to carry the American flag like across the mat and show that like you work super hard. Like I travel around a lot to a lot of different countries and I get to see their culture and how they live, and it makes me very grateful to live in America, and like people don't have the stuff that we have here, and a lot of people I think take it for granted. So whenever I get to represent and thank America for the life that I've lived and for having the freedom to do this and being like able to be a proud American, being able to have the freedom to wrestle. Some countries, they don't let their women wrestle, and this is one of the countries that gives us the opportunity to do that, and other opportunities in life to do stuff that we wouldn't be able to do. So it warms my heart, and it makes me so happy to be able to represent America. Like I said, there's no better feeling than carrying the American flag, and to do it on the highest level is just awesome. The thing I enjoyed the most about wrestling is, so I would always see it. I used to watch WWE. Everybody's like, it looks like they're like playing around, they're like rough housing, and kind of like the stuff that I would do with my brother and sister in a house. So I was like, yeah, I want to do that. And when I got into it, before I had only ran like track and did cross country, so I wasn't really a person for contact sports besides playing with my sister and brother. So I think that is kind of what hooked me on. It seemed like, and it still feels like, I'm just playing around with my friends and finding new ways to win stuff. So that's what hooks me and what keeps me going, because I'm like, all right, now I can like control. I've learned discipline, I've learned diet, how to live a healthy lifestyle. I've learned pretty much a whole bunch of life lessons from the sport, and I think that's the biggest thing that I got out of it. So my routine and my preparation, it's like the same every day. So I always say that I train like a world champion every single day, but the day that I wrestled at world championships, that was just the day that I was rewarded for it. So every day I do the same thing. I wake up at maybe like 5:30 or 6 a.m. I do a little bit of yoga to get my body loose so that I can get ready for practice. I eat my breakfast, take my like supplements that I have to take, and then I go to practice. So I practice from 9 a.m. To 11ish, and then after practice I'll go do 30 to 45 minutes of cardio, and then after cardio I go straight over to the sauna to get about 30 minutes of sauna, and then I cold plunge. So that's like from 9 a.m. to 12, and then from 12 to 3 p.m. in between that time I'll eat lunch, and then I'll go to the chiropractor, then I'll go do cryotherapy, and then I go back to practice for either weightlifting or another mat practice, which is 2 hours, and then again I go maybe do like 45 more minutes of cardio, and then get in a sauna, and then sauna, cold plunge, sauna, cold plunge. So it all totals to about like 8 hours of training. I leave the house at about 7 a.m. and I get back around 9 p.m. or if I go get a massage or something, maybe 10 p.m. So then I really get about maybe an hour or so to relax, but I have insomnia, so I stay up. And with that, I always tell myself, if you're gonna stay up and if you have insomnia, shame on you if you're not successful, because that is time for you to rebuild yourself. And even though I'm not getting sleep, I'm getting a way to recover or finding a way to get better. And that's just my day-to-day, every single day. I think the biggest thing in having a busy schedule like that is time management, risk over reward and stuff like that. So if I'm gonna miss my chiropractor appointment or if I'm gonna cut out a cardio session, what am I filling that time with? Because I'm a very big believer in we have 24 hours in the day. So time is something, my concept of time is time will go on no matter what you do. So you can spend it not doing anything, relaxing, laying down or something, or you can spend it getting better, because I'll spend 2 minutes on the treadmill, or I could spend 2 minutes just sitting there scrolling through my phone. Whatever, I want to be the best person that I can be and the best version of myself. I have a goal to be 4 years, I should be a millionaire, right? This is how I want to set myself up in life. I need to work during this time instead of scrolling through my phone, not doing anything, you know? Like, there are times where maybe when I do scroll through my phone, I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna just be sitting here scrolling through my phone, I need to be on the treadmill, I need to be doing cardio, like I need to be maybe in the sauna. That's when I get my free time to do stuff like that. But most of the time I try to fill my time with stuff of substance and something that's gonna help me and better me later on in life. So I try to do it as soon as they come in, I'm meeting them with my hips. So the bump kind of stuns them, they go in, right? We're here. Same thing with front hand lock, we're gonna come back down. I'm gonna sprawl at an angle, that's why I'm having you guys sprawl at the angle. Here, right? Hips down, and just circle behind, but if you hold on, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my hips on top of his head here, right? And then I'm gonna push back, shimmy myself, and then you guys can do whatever you want from here. You guys can get behind, you guys can work for whatever you have. I like to get behind for my sport. Here. Or maybe he's shooting in and you want to beat the angle before. All I'm gonna do is jump to the side. Oh wait, this high seat. Yeah. Jump to the side and put my hand down. So he goes in. Here. My hips are down. I'm on the ankle. This hand is cross-facing this way. I don't want to go over because he can still get under this, right? I want to go here to keep his head away. When his head is away from his arms, it breaks the lock a little bit. So here, I'm here. I'm just going to scoot down a little bit, look for the leg, circle around, pull. So either a bump here, bump, sprawl, or they're shooting in, you're going to leave your hand down, and you're just going to double knee down. Here. That's for high C, right? High C is this one. For double leg, I like to feed them a single leg. It's really hard, say they get in, right? The normal double leg defense is I'm going to turn my hips this way, and he has a double leg. I'm going to try to break this. Turn my hips, and all I'm going to do is take this arm, put a wizard in right here. I'm going to pull it up while I'm sliding my hips down, right? So that I can do this. So I'm going to take his hand, try to disrupt them because they're here, right? I want to take this off, bring his hand out, and all I'm going to do is walk down. Here, right? If you get them beforehand like that, that's probably the best option. When they're going in, just make sure you're going straight to single leg defense, feed them in the single, versus trying to go here and fight it here. You will lose this battle mostly 10 out of 10 unless you know how to get here, maybe like chin width to get them over. But most of the time, that's a losing battle. You're putting yourself, which you would have had good positioning, you're putting yourself in a position where it's their power position, right? So in order for not to do that, I think single leg deep. Here. Bringing my leg, being heavy, bringing them down. Any questions on that? All right, we're gonna try those. The high C defense, the front highlight defense, and the single leg defense, okay? Ready, 1, 2. Big takeaways. One being, I had never been around an Olympic athlete, so that in itself is just says volumes. Her personality, just not only her physical game, but her mental game, all of it. I feel like she has a good balance and has everything that's necessary to be a professional athlete, and not just an athlete, but be the winning, you know, be the top all the time. So I learned a lot, especially because wrestling has become very important in jiu-jitsu. It is really hard to get into it. It's a tough sport, and so you know, it could be dangerous as well. Getting like taken down or taking someone down. Of course, you can encounter some injuries, but she showed us so much information. I think 3 hours of it, and it felt like I needed 3 more hours with her. I mean, I am gonna follow all her videos. She was a great person to be around, and you know, a woman as well, teaching a class, and you know, that to me was inspirational, and it was just another day for her, you know. I think it's very, very important, and not only, it doesn't mean you have to learn how to take someone down, but it's of course the defense as well, because we always start standing, and so someone's gonna do something, and there's a lot of different competitions now where you're not even allowed to pull guard, so they're transforming it into a way that it's more entertaining for the general audience, and I'm all about it. I mean, I do think like we should keep moving around and trying new things, so I like the way it's evolving. I mean, I'm curious to see how it's going to look in 10 years, what jiu-jitsu will turn into the new thing, but for now, wrestling is really important, and getting my ass beat in the cardio, but hey, you have to start somewhere. The advice I give, I have one thing: hold yourself accountable. my concept of this is be in the driver's seat of whatever you do. Don't make it somebody else's fault, because then it's hard to fix that problem if you don't think it's your fault. Even if it's not your fault, I tell myself that it is my fault so that I can fix the problem. I give myself power, and I try to be more realistic, because at the end of the day, I'm my own biggest fan. I'm the person who will get myself out of bed in the morning. I'm the person who's going to go fight this person. I'm this person who is going to try to have success. So I need to be honest with myself, and I need to hold myself accountable and make sure that that's happening, because everybody in life, I think, have their own agenda. So like, say me and you are sitting here. After this interview, you may never see me again, right? And you're gonna go on about your life. You don't care what goes on in my life. Same vice versa. So I'm the only one that cares about my life. So I have to hold myself accountable, because nobody's gonna hold yourself accountable like you will and not know what you're capable of.
And then last question, any aspirations to get into submission grappling or MMA?
No. Okay. So for me, I'm not, even though I do think I would be good at it, one of the other sports that I would do, I am going to try to maybe make like maybe a judo Olympic team or a judo world team or something like that. But I have no aspirations to get punched in the face or my leg broken or twisted. But it is fun. It does look fun. It's just not for me. So you can follow me on my Instagram. It is Jacarra016, so Jacarra016, and that's where I have all my videos, my technique videos. If you guys want to see me for clinics, or I have links to when I'm going to be wrestling and some of my seminars. So you can follow me, and then, yeah, thanks for having me.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned, we got a lot more coming. If you want to see more about Tempe, Oakland, and what we got coming up for our next episodes, just please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned.